Welcome back to another Sensei series. Today we're talking about how to run a better band practice. This came to me as a request in the comment section, so make sure you guys keep letting me know what you want to hear covered in this series. Here's the thing about this topic. Every band is unique and every genre is different. These tips are meant to work regardless of what kind of band you play in. Here we go, 9 tips to run a better band practice. Tip number 1, practice with a purpose. That purpose can be a wide variety of things. Maybe you're rehearsing for a big gig you've got coming up, prepping for a studio session, jamming out some new tunes, or maybe you and your buddies just like to get together and jam out Rush tunes and drink beer. Understanding what it is that you want to accomplish is half the battle in accomplishing it. It also prevents you from wasting time on things not related to your goals. Now, this is something that a band can discuss at the beginning of practice, or oftentimes it falls on the band leader, who should arrive at practice with a good idea of where they want to steer the ship. If a band doesn't share a common goal or purpose, it's very important to figure that out as soon as possible so nobody's wasting their time. Tip number 2, prepare for your purpose. So you follow tip number 1 and you have a clear idea of why your band is getting together. The next step is putting in the time to prepare for your purpose. Getting a group of musicians in the same room together is tough, so that time that you do have together should be highly valued. You shouldn't spend that precious time working on things that can be done on your own. If somebody's spending time learning parts in rehearsal, they're wasting everybody else's time. In almost every band practice situation that I can imagine, doing some pre-rehearsal preparation is going to pay off. If you're getting ready for a cover gig, make sure everyone has the same MP3s and charts and has had ample time to prepare them. If you're getting together to jam or write, make sure you've got a bunch of ideas ready, even though you may not end up using them. If you're about to cut your first big single, try to get the producer a work tape so they can send you notes to let you know what you need to work on to be studio ready. And of course, if you're drinking beers and rocking out to Rush tunes, make sure you've got enough beers and a big enough drum kit. Number 3, record and analyze. It's a simple concept. You want to record yourself by any means necessary so you can listen back to it. It can be as easy as creating a voice memo on your phone. The point here is that you're going to pick up on things during a playback that you wouldn't pick up on live. Listen back with the critical ear. Does it sound good? Why? Does it sound bad? Why? And more importantly, what can be done to fix that? Number 4, get an outside ear to listen in. When I was first getting started with my high school band, we would rehearse every 2 weeks with my guitar instructor in the room. Having somebody that we musically respected direct a practice got us thinking about things that we never would have thought about before, and ultimately got us sounding way better. See, here's the thing, that local musician that you look up to is always looking to earn a little bit of extra cash. Split the charge among the band and everyone's happy. The bonus here, you just developed a relationship with that guy and grew your musical network. Moving on, number 5, leave your ego at the door. This should go without saying, but I'm saying it anyways. You need to create a place where everybody is comfortable sharing and receiving constructive criticism. If your bass player is playing the same passage wrong every time, you need to be comfortable pointing that out because it is not going to fix itself. Your band is a unit, and like the old cliche goes, a chain is only as strong as its weakest link. Everybody in the band should be committed to making the best music possible. And if somebody can't take criticism, they're not contributing to that goal. Don't get me wrong, there's going to be musical disagreements, but they shouldn't be personal. Creating this atmosphere is going to be different for every group, but it is really something that you need to strive for. Tip number 6, don't practice until you get it right, practice until you cannot get it wrong. That's some zenned out proverb for you right there. The goal is not to play something right, it's to be able to do that every single time. Effortless mastery. Now this only happens when you focus on the problem areas. Say we're working on a tune and the first 2 bars of the bridge get messed up every single time, but the rest of the song is pretty smooth. Well, it makes no sense to keep practicing that entire song. You're wasting time with all those other sections. Isolate the problem, slow it way down until you get it right, slowly speed it up, and then play it over and over and over again. Eventually, it's going to be as easy as hot cross buns. Number 7, don't play when someone else is talking. This is the most annoying thing in the entire world. You're explaining to the singer the deeply emotional context of the lyrics you just wrote, and the lead guitar player decides it's a great time to test out his new wah pedal. Don't be that guitar player. And if someone else is doing this, you need to be able to call them out because it is not conducive to a constructive practice. I know great players who do this, and honestly, I'll avoid working with them as much as possible. Number 8, create weird musical exercises. The goal with this is to get your band out of the comfort zone because it's then that you really start improving. I'm not saying spend a lot of time on this, but take 5 minutes here or there trying something different. For example, say you've got a song that you've got totally nailed down. Try playing it half as loud as you normally do. This is a great exercise for dynamics, and you're going to pick up on things that you didn't hear before. Try practicing with a metronome if you've never done that. Try playing the song way slower than you normally do, or way faster. Try playing your death metal song as a reggae. It might be goofy, but it's often fun, and it's usually beneficial as well. Last and final tip, number 9, show up on time. Not a difficult concept. Starting off a band practice with people annoyed that you showed up half an hour late is not great. Be there when you say you're going to be there, unless there's a common consensus in the group that everyone runs on something like hip-hop time, which is actually a thing I've encountered where it's just assumed that everyone runs an hour late. And that's that. I hope you found this information here useful. I also realized that using the term band practice was on my list of things musicians do that we're all sick of. Make sure you watch the video. And that is the final lesson for today. YouTubers can be hypocritical assholes. Anyways, why don't you let me know in the comments, what concert did you go to that was terribly disappointing? That way I will know what bands I need to send this video to. I'm Samurai Guitarist, and I make a wide range of content here, so please subscribe. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.